Now, Friday Night Blitz on KEZI 9 News.
All right, here we go again. We got 2 weeks left. It's that special time of year where, you have to play your best football right now. There's no more waiting. Friday Night Blitz, Cameron Derby, Brett Taylor with me as always. Did it feel good out there for Game of the Week?
It felt great out there for Game of the Week. It's my first time actually covering Sheldon this season. Actually, the first time I've covered Sheldon in the last 2 years, Cam, that I've been here in Eugene.
That's a crime.
Hard to believe. Well, not my fault all the time. I don't decide the schedule. It's how it works.
Somebody writes those schedules.
Somebody writes those schedules.
I wonder
who.
You know what? Let's change the subject. Why don't you just jump right into your first time with Sheldon?
A good one with Sheldon and Grants Pass. Welcome to the wild ride of the Southwest Conference. Sheldon has been on another level this season. That was no different tonight. Montefiore, Wildcat formation, leap into the end zone, why don't you? Touchdown, Sheldon, the first of many for Tuioti. That's what we call in the business foreshadowing, folks. Next Irish drive, Tuioti up the middle. There's the shake, there's the bake, there's the broken ankles. Good Lord, 36 yards, bye-bye. Irish up 14-0. We're not even 5 minutes into the game, Cam. Fast forward to Sheldon now up 28-0. 4th and 10 for Grants Pass. Jordan Rosetta, the prayer to Breivik Hill is answered. 50 yards and the Cavemen finally get on the board. And maybe, just maybe, we've got a game, right? No, wrong. Ensuing Caveman kickoff, the bouncer to the 14-yard line. Jice Jones, look out. Jones, downfield, left sideline, turn on the boosters. He's gone.
You never like to see a ball bounce on the kickoff.
But it worked out just fine. You want to know how well it worked out? 9 touchdowns in the first half for Sheldon. The Irish pick up their 8th win of the season. The final 63-6, Cam. The Sheldon Irish roll. They are now 8-0 for the season. I thought when we previewed this game on KZI 9 News at 6, I thought this was going to be closer. I know that Sheldon is really good, but Grants Pass was no slouch. What they did tonight was extremely impressive.
And you talked about it in the highlight foreshadowing. Next week's game with Sprague is going to be a huge one. What makes this Sheldon team so dangerous going up against Sprague?
I think just a new identity this season. I mean, really, when it comes down for me, I think it's the defense. And look, I want to give the offense, of course, a lot of credit, but Montefiore and the rest of the squad on defense have been elite. They have only allowed 13 points. That's the maximum amount of points they've allowed so far this season to any opponent. They held, of course, Grants Pass to 6 tonight. They've done that against some of the best teams in all of 6A. And then give credit to the offense as well. They have been putting up big points. This was, of course, the 4th time that they put 60-plus on the board this season. 6th time they've held an opponent under 10 this season. They're one of the best teams in the state. I think they should be in the top 3. We'll see what the coaches' polls say, but they got a big one against Sprague this coming week.
I think that's going to decide that. It's also going to decide the Southwest Conference title.
True that,
so
yes.
Sheldon on the road, that's going to be a big one. There was another big conference race going on tonight.
5A as well.
Several of them. Let's go into 5A. West Albany, this is a team that's been very good this season. Huge game in the Mid-Willamette. West Albany and Dallas tied for first, 14-14 at halftime. Tyler Hart McNally spins off one, breaks another tackle, and then houses the thing. 21-14 Bulldogs. Ensuing kickoff, Landon Holbrook down the home sideline. Nice return here, crosses midfield, boom! Still takes it down to the 45. Gets jacked up doing it, though. Moments later, Sean Ward on the outside run, fighting his way in. Dallas goes for 2. They don't get it. It's 21-20 West Albany. Ensuing drive, Caden Martirano on the read option. Juked even the cameraman out. That was me, by the way. It's 27-20. 4th down and 4 for Dallas, the fake punt. It's going nowhere. The Bulldogs are not fooled at all. Very next play, Hart McNally. He wants this conference to himself, Brett. Touchdown Bulldogs. West Albany goes on to win it and has a 1-game lead with 1 game left.
And that was big because Dallas was undefeated heading into this game as well, not only overall but in the league. This one basically decided who was going to win that conference.
And the turning point for this game, I've actually got it back here. It's this fake punt on 4th down and 4 in the 3rd quarter. West Albany is up by a score, and this is actually huge because West Albany didn't even put a guy back to receive this punt.
That's
they
crazy.
knew from the very beginning this is probably going to be a fake. It went absolutely nowhere, and then the offense just cranks it on. So they go from being up only 1 to up 34-20. Incredible stuff for West Albany, and this is a team that can do something in the playoffs.
I think they can, and of course we've got some more scores across 5A as well. There was a big one in Lebanon. They needed that win tonight. I think you've got a score update from that game as well.
Yeah, more news from 5A football. Lebanon takes down Crescent Valley Valley 50-27. The Warriors will finish the season against Dallas next week. A big game for Lebanon to close out the regular season. Checking into Corvegas Hotel, the Spartans hosting the South Albany Redhawks. First drive of the game, Alex Prakel, moonball, baby. Jackson Tremor climbing the ladder. First down, drive stalls out. Sawyer Holberg in the open field. Yeah, he's got the open field quickness. I've said it before, he makes other people look not fast. All the way down near the 20-yard line.
I think that's called
moments
slow
later,
cam.
handoff, far side, number 22, big Logan Johnson. Ball comes out. He was already in. Touchdown Redhawks. Other side of the field, the other 22, Jaden Shine. The lights shine bright in Corvegas. Corvallis takes down South Albany for their first conference win of the season.
I promise we know words here at KZI. Two of the best teams in 4A, Marist and Cascade. There's a reason the Spartans are feared. Two names, Nick Hudson, Aaron Bidwell. I'm going to say it now, Cam. Best connection in the state, and then moments later, Connor Harvey. I don't even know if he was touched. It didn't matter. That's a touchdown for the Spartans. Marist controlling this one from start to finish. Harvey back on the ground, breaks a couple of tackles. That's a nice little pickup all the way to the 30-yard line. And then watch this. You thought the first connection from Hudson Bidwell was great? Nuh-uh. Takes the cake. One-handed grab, defender on the hip. He got mossed. Aaron Bidwell, I don't know how you make the catches that you do. This kid is unreal.
That's
Marist
crazy.
Just needs to beat Philomath next week to take the Sky and League. The final 47-0. Marist and this one.
Other 4A scores, Staten taking down Sweet Home on the road after starting the season 3-0. The Huskies have dropped 4 out of their last 5. North Bend nearly gets the road dub at Hidden Valley, but the Bulldogs fall 19-18. Finally, Philomath. Sorry, Brett, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Finally in Philomath, they, of course, avoid a scare down in Junction City. Just a one-score game, but the Warriors will now have to take on Marist next week with title hopes on the line because they lost to Cascade. That's an important one. In 3A, the Vikings, boy, do they look good, Cam. Siusla make that 7-0 for the season, 52 big ones over Brookings Harbor. They're currently ranked number 1 by OSA, number 3 in the coaches poll. Sutherland wins a close one over Coquille. We love a good nail biter here at KZI.
South Umpqua takes down Douglas at home 17-6. And how about the Lions, 8-0? We can see Cottage Grove, Siusla meeting in the playoffs. One can only hope, but Cottage Grove, Brett, they've been on a roll. Down in 2A, the Okers remain undefeated, a big 54-6 win over Bandon. They've beaten every team they faced by double figures except for one, Lowell. And speaking of the Red Devils, they also win tonight, 41-8 over Glide. A reunion in the playoffs potentially between Lowell and Oakland in the next few weeks.